Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to bring you this special bulletin. Out of touch and inability to read the room could never be more prevalent than with this one. This little story from a few days ago. News anchor slammed after telling teen gamer who beat Tetris, beat it, for the first time ever to go outside. Now, if you've been living under a rock, the little 13-year-old kid, 13-year-old dude, pretty much played Tetris to the point where the score couldn't record anymore, and the game just locked up. It shut down. It stopped working because he had gotten so far in the game, it couldn't process it anymore. Now, this is an amazing accomplishment because most people who play Tetris, they just play, and they play, and they play, and then they get bored and they move on. 13-year-old kid doing more than anyone in the history of Tetris could have ever done. And what does this genius over at Sky News do? Ridicules a 13-year-old for having fun playing a video game. Beating Tetris is not a life goal. Well, you know what? There's a lot of people out there that would disagree with you because the kid's going to be in the Guinness Book of World Records. Okay? Beating Tetris is not a life goal. He's 13. He's not thinking about life goals. He's thinking about playing video games and having fun at home. You don't know what his life... Oh, and there was another thing that came out. He dedicated the stream to his father passing a month before, and this ignorant British tit decided to make fun. Make fun of a child, make fun of a 13-year-old. And, well... She didn't do too well on social media, but let's continue with the article. As a mother... Let's go ahead and read the quote again, ladies and gentlemen. As a mother, I would just say, step away from the screen. He probably does. He probably goes to school, probably has some fun. More than likely, it's possible that this was something that him and his father enjoyed. So he just wanted to lose himself. Forget about the problems of the real world and use the escapism of video games to get away. Go outside. Get some fresh air. Probably does. Dude goes to school. Beating Tetris is not a life goal. Well, being a news anchor on Sky News, you old twat, isn't definitely not a life goal, at least if you want to maintain your intelligence. The comment angered users online. Yes, because gamers have a tendency to stick together. And when you pick on somebody, you pick on a fellow gamer, especially a 13-year-old kid. When it comes to something like this, we have a tendency to band together and go after your bell end ass. The comment angered users online who found it condescending and dismissive, yes, very much so, of the young Oklahoman's achievement. The first of its kind since the video game was released on Nintendo Entertainment System in 1985, and something many longtime Tetris fans have considered impossible. 1985. Almost 40 years. This has never happened. Not from teenagers, not from young adults, not from old fuckers like me. Never been done in almost 40 years. So please forgive me, but this is an accomplishment. The account for Nintendo fan community in the UK, Nintendo South Wales, came to Gibson's defense, stating Sky News Jane Secker breaks script, so she went against her own narrative to try to be a condescending little twit. To tell a 13-year-old who reached a world record level 157 in NES Tetris. This, I'm just reading the article, this priggish, ignorant belittlement of Willis Gibson's achievement shows gaming stigma is sadly alive and well. And yes, unfortunately, it is definitely alive and well, which is really the main reason why I wanted to talk about this. Tetris, of all the games that you could possibly attempt to belittle, the game of Tetris. Tetris is a nonsensical game. It doesn't promote anything for children. I have some unfortunate news for you. If anything, Tetris, a game like Tetris, will exercise at least two things in a growing brain. Number one, decision-making, quick thinking, hand-eye coordination. I guess that might be three, but you could probably combine decision-making and quick thinking and all that other stuff. When it comes to Tetris, if you're not familiar with it, then you've probably been living in a cave for the past 40 years. It gets faster and faster the longer you play. Every time you go to a new level after that, the game gets faster and faster. The bricks drop faster and faster, making it more and more difficult to clear blocks at the bottom. So the hand-eye coordination that this kid has to have, this 13-year-old child must have in order to reach this level, the quick thinking is amazing, to say the least. You do not insult or belittle that sort of brain power at all. Because if you do, then you do not know how to read the room. You have lost the plot. And pop culture, video games, or anything like that, you seem to think that people are just playing Pong, or video games is just GTA 4, GTA 5, where it's just a bunch of morons cursing at each other, using pejoratives, derogatory names against each other online. You think that's all it is? Video games are far, far above what they used to be. Sudoku is a video game. You have all these different video games that promote hand-eye coordination, that promote quick decision-making. Hell, even Call of Duty, if you're in a squad with your friends, it promotes leadership skills, coordination. This idea that we are still at the point where you insult video games, that video gaming has this negative stigma behind it, I think that's redundant, but anyway, I'm going to move on, is truly unfortunate. But let's keep going. YouTuber Cynical Reviews blasted second. I'm not professional. Her name's funny. What a condescending thing to say to a kid who's just accomplished something noteworthy. Utterly pathetic. It's not just noteworthy. Hasn't been done in 40 years. This kid will be immortalized in the Guinness Book of World Records. So I'm sorry if I don't believe it's one of those gold, well, nobody's ever done it. It's like nobody ever thought it could be done until someone did it. I do firmly believe this 13-year-old boy will be, I said it already, he's going to be in the Guinness Book of World Records. That's the third time. Moving on. Ex-user Optimus grilled Sky News anchor. Let's go see what Optimus has to say. So Dexerto starts off with, news anchor has been called out after diminishing the accomplishments of a 13-year-old boy beating Tetris, telling him to, quote, go outside, and that beating the game, quote, isn't a life goal. Well, Optimus, at symbol, sub to Optimus, go ahead. The 50-year-old news anchor, oh, she's 50? See, that's the embarrassing part. She's part of my generation. That's the unfortunate thing. She's part of my generation. Latchkey kids, we grew up on video games, but maybe she's British, so maybe she gets an excuse. 50-year-old news anchor who probably spends 11 hours a day scrolling Facebook Reels and Pinterest seems really bitter. A 13-year-old did something nobody could do in like half a century, almost 40 years. Of a game existing. Her age group, hey, don't do that. Her age group are the top consumers of games like Candy Crush. Optimus, that felt like a personal attack. It's not funny. She's not no. I may be in her age group, but no, don't lump me in with that. She's going to be home and binge watch 6 hours of Real Housewives or some brain-numbing shite and look you in the face and talk about life goals. See, this is another thing that you'll hear. Why are you watching someone play a video game as they go to a party on a Sunday to watch their favorite NFL team play football? Wearing the jerseys, putting on the face paint, and getting excited and cheering other people play a game. These things are no different than video games, than watching streamers like Markiplier or Jacksepticeye. The stigma behind gaming needs to go the way of the dodo. It is part of pop culture. It is the most successful entertainment industry. It has surpassed movies and television and music, possibly combined. The days of ignoring gaming need to be over. Whatever affiliation, whatever ideology you're a part of, understand video games are part of pop culture. Something like this, articles like this, prove that a kid, quote unquote, beat Tetris. And you have gaming communities and channels like myself, other content creators, absolutely celebrating this little kid because what he accomplished is fantastic. And what this news anchor did was absolutely preposterous, nonsensical, and out of touch. But hey, what do I know? Let me know what you think in the comments. Leave a like, leave a dislike, do that, all the nifty little things that we YouTubers beg you to do, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye-bye.